Welcome back, everybody, to the No Skill Podcast. How's everybody doing out there, internet land? As per usual, I am DJ. Joining me around the table, Dravo.
What's going on, everyone? Great to be here again for our monthly podcast.
Commando.
Hello, I'm playing Pokemon Emerald on my phone.
And then, of course, Mikey.
I'm here. I have notes. I have receipts. Everybody's going to get a piece of it this time. Everybody. I don't care who they are.
So, as for
This
the
man's
last...
playing Galaga. Sorry.
So, as per the last episode of the No Kill, wow. Holy crap, I can't talk at all.
It happens.
As for the last episode of the No Skill Podcast, we are talking about the absence as we progress in life of physical media. We're losing it slowly but surely from like the times when you had your N64 games blow into the cartridge, even though they said not to, but that was the only way to make it work, to now everything is in a catalog on your computer. And one of the things that we got, that we started really getting in deep diving into was like the whole aspect of, is piracy stealing if I'm buying something but not fully owning it? And it really made me think and want to go further, maybe in a couple extra directions, plus maybe talk about like the evolution of media. You guys following?
I mean, if I say
ready.
yes, will you believe me?
No.
Okay, then let's continue on.
You look ready to perform, though. You ain't got no sleeves. You're in peak aerodynamics. You look like you got a full range of movement about you.
Feeling great, actually. The freedom is nice.
Oh, you're about to slam dance at your local metal show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely at like a Crystal Lake show, or maybe like, what's wrong with Crystal Lake?
Nothing. I love Crystal
Oh,
Lake.
That's it, yeah.
Let's say maybe POD.
We are. Sorry.
Or maybe the people that are on my shirt. Hell yeah. Represent.
But
And I
so
wish
it-
Slipknot still played local. Sorry, continue.
So it just kind of made me think, because I started getting into my head of like, what would you now consider physical media? Because I know we were just talking about, not just, but in the last episode of like, our CDs, vinyls being more popular than ever. And then I started thinking from a gaming aspect, how can I word this properly? Would you consider your consoles like a form of media, even though they require, well, most of them now require an online service to be of any sort of use?
For modern consoles or just all consoles in general?
Yeah. In general, or just modern?
We'll start in general, because I know as we get into the realm and region of like Xbox and Xbox 360, where like online service was a prevalent thing.
I'd
So, but would
say
you-
from 360 and older, I would say yes. Especially when a lot of games you can still play offline where you don't have to have an internet connection, and as long as you own it, you can play it. But anything after that, I swear, if the servers were to just shut off, they would be unplayable.
Yeah, and
Well, it got
that's
to
what
the point with modern consoles, at least, like if they were, you could buy the game, download said game, have access to play the game, but only, even if it's like a single player game, example, Dark Souls 3, for an example. Like if it wasn't a game that if you weren't connected to the online, the Xbox would just shoot you to the home screen and be like, you don't have access to this game right now. Please get online so you can play this game, even though you already bought it and you owned it technically.
Wait, Dark Souls did that?
That was just an example.
Yeah, I don't think it actually did. I think you were able to play Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 offline, totally, completely.
Yeah, it was just a poor example then, but there were plenty of games where if you weren't connected to online, even if it was a single player game, you weren't able to play
Yeah,
it
because
unless you
some
were
had
connected.
online features that made no difference to the single player aspect.
Microtransactions.
Prime example of like, even though I physically had the games, but I did not have access to use them without an internet connection service to online. The first Titanfall, it was just an online service game. There was no campaign
Yeah,
yet.
you would not be able to play that
Yeah.
offline at all.
And same with the not the first Battlefront, but the Battlefront that was introduced to the Xbox One. I believe that one was also just an online service thing as
I think
well, if memory
also
serves.
in the Xbox One and forward, remember those games that you would buy the physical disc from, but you would have to have an online connection to even download the full game? Because the full game was not on the disc. It was like a key.
That's what like when it comes to like having physical media, that was one of the things that I was hating when they rolled out the Xbox One. Of like, okay, I have the disc. I should be able to pop the disc in and play it. I've done this on so many numerous other consoles. I've done this on Xbox 360. I've done this on the first Xbox. I've done this on every PlayStation I've ever owned. Why do you have to be different?
There's something about the one and the PlayStation 4 generation and onward, just games were hardly ever on the physical disc. Even though you can hold it in your hand, the game is not there. And if you were to take it out, it's the same thing.
That's what the people who, not going to go all tinfoil hat conspiracy, but that's what the people who really run these companies said. We need to make a shift because people are realizing they don't need to upgrade constantly. If shit lasts forever, we can't sell them on anything new. And let's face it, if they didn't make that push, nobody was going to play any of the new Halos because they've all sucked since before that. Or after that? Yeah, that was like the golden era, and then it died afterwards. Am I wrong? Anyone want to dispute that? That like after Reach, Halo fell on its face down the flight of stairs
I'm
into
not going to
glass?
dispute that at all.
Was ODST before or after Reach?
Before.
It was technically still part of 3, but whatever.
Take your hand off your microphone.
Yeah, bro.
Got food in his mouth. The stare, the robotic stare back. But like I was saying, this is where markets, the people who run the market realistically said, we need to go start making this conversion to digital. And I feel like it was just a huge setup for what's going to be the future. Because there's still people with PS2s running around. What's up?
Now you said that, it reminded me when the Master Chief Collection came out. And I think still to this day, if you were to buy a physical copy of it, you would still need online to even download the games.
Yep.
So that is a total contrast from what the games were like before the one, where you could pop the disc in and still play without needing an online connection. It's a total disconnect.
Yep.
And how things have changed from a 360 to the one and onward is crazy. I mean, there's still people that still haven't even bought a PS5 and are still using the PS4 to this day. Like a huge majority of the PlayStation fan base are still on PS4.
They're not missing anything, in my opinion.
Oh no, they're not at all.
Send this to Sony. They must know.
Their Kaiba coat looking ass consoles suck.
Kaiba core. With the white leather jacket and the fucking slick back hair.
Yeah, real quick, quoting one of the most recognized members of Optic, one of the best Greenwall members ever, Scumper Jumper. He was quoted saying, "You don't need a PS5. A PS4 Pro will do you fine. If anything, it's better."
And cheaper.
I've heard that from several people, dude.
And so much cheaper.
A lot of figureheads in the gaming community are saying the same shit right now, and it makes you wonder why that crazy premium for the 5.
Dude, the 5 and the Pro honestly are like the biggest money waste you can put down right now, because the whole point of Sony for a long time was their exclusive games, which they have hardly put out anything for the console.
So, and they all end up on Steam eventually.
Yeah, they all end up on Steam eventually. So what's the point there? Not to mention, the prices have jacked up so much, you might as well buy a PC. Or better yet, if you still want to be in the PlayStation ecosystem, just get a PS4 Pro, because it's way cheaper, and it's probably going to be just as good as a PS5.
Yep.
I will say this though, real quick, when it comes to Sony having their own independent titles that won't see any other service, y'all get that John Wick game on Steam as possible, okay? I need that game on Steam. If you only put that out on PlayStation, I'm gonna be pissed.
There's a John Wick game?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, there's a John Wick game coming out.
I am intrigued.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm so looking forward to that. But Like I digress. One of the things I also wanted to bring up when it came to like the forms of media, especially with the whole how much we've been paying for these titles that we claim that we claim as ours. Like I still remember the times when a retail game was like what, 40-50 bucks.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
50
yeah.
was like the high for a AAA title. 40 was like your average low developer release, and then if you were rocking the indie game, dude, you had games from like $5 to $15.
Mhm.
And now we're sitting at, for a bare bones game, $70. That's not to mention the deluxe and ultimate edition, since every single game now has a deluxe and an ultimate edition and a fucking battle pass.
Dude, I remember when
Mhm.
sales actually meant something. When a game
Yep.
would go on sale. I remember it was like a year after it came out. I remember going to a Walmart of all places and buying Fable 2 for $5.
Yep. Oh my god, do you guys remember I think it was the greatest of all time series? It was a special gray case for Xbox titles that were like a year or two old, and you'd get them super cheap, or you get them in 2 packs for like $20.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah, I
that was
remember
those were the
seeing those. Yeah.
times. That's actually how I got Gears, because I got one of those that was Gears and what was it called? Dead Rising. It was a two for $25.
Oh, Dead Rising, such a good fucking franchise. Can we
I
just take
miss
a
it.
moment?
Yeah.
Ah, brother. Ah,
The remake was so-so. I wish they would have did more, but I'm glad they still showed the franchise some love.
do you still have your physical copy of it?
Hell yeah, I have my entire 360 collection still.
Good lad.
It's like I'm a retro guy, and then before it was like, that's not a retro console. It almost is, so be ready to bite that bullet soon enough.
Mikey,
But
important
The
question.
Xbox.
I have an important question for you. Your
Yeah.
PS2 that you got all those games on. I
Mhm.
have an important question. Is Soul Calibur 3 among them?
Digital and physical. I think Soul Calibur 3 is a critically underrated masterpiece, even in its own franchise.
That
And
is
the
my
fact that so many
favorite Soul
people sleep
Calibur.
on it. It's so good, dude.
It's so
Individual story
good.
modes for the largest roster in the history of the franchise.
And then that campaign
Customizable
mode.
characters. Campaign. Oh my god, yeah, the chess, like, what do they call it? The conquest mode? I said chess for some
I
reason.
think it is like where you move among like a maps on different pieces and stuff.
Yeah, all my units are cavalry because I don't have the patience to wait for the regular classes to run everywhere.
But yeah, that game had so much to it, and I miss it. If I could get my hands on a PS2 that has a bunch of like all those games on it, like the thousands of
Mhm.
PS2 games, that is definitely one I'm gonna put a lot of time in. I loved that game so much.
It's so good. And real quick before we change topics, I have so much respect for that Soul Calibur specifically because they knew what fan service to put in the game, and when you go to the item stores to buy things, those characters are stacked and they jump in excitement to see you every time. That shit was wildly based, and we could definitely not do that these days.
Oh boy.
We're just gonna not acknowledge that Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball was a thing.
I did not play it.
I'm talking
I'm
about
not
good games.
surprised by
Yeah,
that.
but good games, and yeah, thank you, Thomas. Thank you for pointing that out.
I'm-
First of all,
I'm-
it was a fucking 5-star rated game, bro.
No, it was not. DOA was garbage.
You know why people
No,
liked it. It
just
was
the
very
beach
fucking
volleyball one.
obvious.
Oh, just the beach volleyball.
Just the
one.
beach volleyball.
Tekken
game-
has beach volleyball. We're not missing anything.
Does it really?
Yeah, Tekken has a volleyball battle mode. Am I crazy here? Am I having a stroke? What?
In this Tekken that we play, that we have?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to do
Huh.
some
Just
research.
because you can't read doesn't mean it's not there.
It's not the fact that I can't read, it's the fact that I
It's
don't.
on the main title.
Like I said,
It's on the
fact that I
main
don't.
home screen.
It's the fact that I don't.
I'm gonna screenshot it. I don't believe you can. Anyways,
Moving on.
God. We're going with this before we start talking about degeneracy.
oh yeah, hold up. Brandon was asking me about the. You guys were asking me about the 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep all my 360 games. I kept most of my 360 games. I did trade and sell some over the years. I'm trying to get a couple of them back. Not Viva Pinata, but other ones. Um, once I got traded once I sold my PS2 the first time, and I was like had to rebuild my library after that, I realized I never want to do this shit again. Like I was so distraught by how quickly the world changed and evolved and how hard it was to get some of those classic experiences. Because as much as I love the not the PS3, the Xbox 360 and the PS3, they did not have the single player experiences that the PS2 had, and they did not have those amazing 3D kind of like janky but still fun experiences that the N64 had. They couldn't quite capture that feeling because I don't care what anybody says, we haven't had a good Star Fox-esque game since the GameCube, and that one didn't even get super good reviews because it had out of vehicle combat and people didn't like that, which was
Star
insane
Fox
to me.
Adventures?
Yeah.
That game was awesome. The fuck?
I loved it, but it didn't get great reviews and like nobody talks about it anymore.
I honestly didn't even know it was a thing.
What?
What? You're in the fandom that obsesses over Star Fox.
I know the
Yeah.
originals.
Those
and
are
I
your
played
people.
the Star Fox original, but I have no idea about our adventures at all.
There was 2 GameCube releases at our request, right? It was Adventures and Assault.
Oh, that makes sense
And-
because I didn't own a GameCube.
It's funny too because like those entries are where most of the naughty art came from. So that's so funny that you're part of the culture, but you don't know where all like the weird stuff comes from. That's funny to me.
Hey, I didn't join
And
because I'm a Star Fox fan.
You should be, because Star Fox is the GOAT.
Oh, I
And
know
it's
he's
funny
the
you're
goat.
editing for a series that's a Star Fox love letter.
Oh, yeah.
That is, we came full circle in that conversation. That's so weird to me. You really are only 3 degrees away from anything in life, which is a terrifying and hilarious thing to understand.
Yeah, but other than that, I really want to just get a modded PS2 because a lot of these games that I play, as much as they're great, I know that 90% of them, if I don't have an internet connection, I can't play them.
Yes.
So,
You could
whatever.
take the risk. You could take the risk of getting one of those modded jailbroken PS2s off of Amazon for like $200.
No.
There are better places to get them than Amazon.
Yeah, so much better.
But you do bring me to a good point because you actually recently bought a game on a service where you do own things.
Yes.
Oh yeah, GOG.
GOG.
Yeah, damn, you guys called that quick. I thought I was have to do a whole bit. Damn, chat, watch this. So you boys know GOG then. GOG is one of the few companies out right now that actually provides installers for games, making sure you can actually own them, launch them, and run them without internet. It's not for all titles, but for supported titles, which even if they can't do all of them, that's still like 95% of a happy ending was pretty dope in my opinion. So, especially when everybody else kind of glares at you, gives you dirty looks when you ask you have the whole thing. GOG is doing the Lord's work, in my opinion, making sure that digital purchases are actual purchases. They're not right-to-use agreements. You now own this, you have it, you can play with it, you can have fun, where Steam, Microsoft, Xbox, Sony, not really on the same train. They're better than some alternatives, but they're not like perfect. They'll have their own weird
I'll give
dicks and
Steam
nuances.
props. They're better than the console
Yes.
options. Consoles, you don't own those shits at all.
No. You're real, especially
Steam,
with the
there are
newest
some-
consoles.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I would say
Where are
some
you going?
on Steam do you do own them. I think it's like some sort of weird program or software that game developers put into their games. I forget what it's freaking called. That makes it so you don't really own it. It's more like a license, and if they can just take it away whenever. And also, it's their way of being able to prevent piracy, but it doesn't really help, does it? I'm talking about like some anti-piracy like program. It's almost like an anti-cheat, but it runs in the background of most games that release nowadays, and it actually hinders performance of the game sometimes. And it's really shitty that they keep putting them into the freaking games, because a lot of the games would run better if it didn't have that shit in it.
Thank you, Colonel.
My intellectual property.
But you know what? It's fine. Even if they have it to stop piracy, it still gets pirated, so it doesn't freaking work.
Everything gets pirated. Everything gets pirated.
Yeah.
There's knockoff Mona Lisas floating around out there. Everything
Yeah.
gets pirated. Humans yearn for the quest of adventures and thievery on the high seas. That's why we drink rum and wish we were pirates. That's why Disney makes so many of those damn movies.
And they were
It's in our
freaking
blood.
hits.
They are really good, actually. But the last one aside, the series has been overall phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because originally I thought you were talking about the Game Pass, and I was about to,
Oh,
and
hell
I was about
no.
to say I think that's the one thing that I kind of did like about Microsoft Xbox, because we mentioned the whole paying these full prices for these games that we might not physically have some odd years down the line if it were to just go away. I did like the Game Pass because it was you're not paying full retail to own the game. You're paying like, let's just say like mine was $10 a month, and that's your agreement that you can just rent the game. You can play these games whenever you want. You don't own them, but you've bought the permissions to play them. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and now there's
I still think
rumors
it is.
of if it's going to be increased in price again. That's kind of up in the air.
Again?
Oh god.
It's either up or down, depending on where the shit goes, because you know how Microsoft is, and apparently it has to do something with AI.
Well, who's gonna be able? Well, okay, there's a couple points to that conversation, but realistically, let's get into the lighthearted stuff. Who's realistically gonna be able to afford $20 to $25 a month for Game Pass?
Not me. I don't even have it anymore. I stopped months ago.
Well, I know you guys don't, but I mean, like, look at who your target audience is. You're either people who are gaming from like 14 to like 19, or people who are gaming from like 25 to like 40. $25 a month for both of those income levels is gonna be rough, because on one end you're still a kid trying to get your shit together and like be in school, and on the other end you're trying to get your life together and support a family and pay bills and mortgage and like utilities and shit like that.
Literally was such a good like boon for working adults and of course teenagers that some may be doing part-time jobs, some might be just in lower income households, and this gives them more access to games while not having to pay full price for just one game, while they have a whole list now available to them. But
also, real quick, before while harping on like especially with the Game Pass, that's also not including you still need, on top of having an internet connection, you also still need a full gold subscription to even access online servers.
I think they've merged the two at this point.
They did with Game Pass Ultimate, I think.
I have no
I never
idea.
had Game Pass Ultimate.
But
we've all been out of this loop for a while.
It's been a minute. All I know is that it went up in price, and now the thing I just said is applying to even less people now. And the surge of cancellations when it went up in price was crazy. The freaking website crashed.
Yeah. Well, it's like you've already kind of maxed out your price point. What do you think's going to happen when you try to milk that extra $10 a month from people? Like, oh, I'm sure they'll just suck it up and deal with it. Nah, man. Especially like the older crowd. We wince when milk is too expensive. We're not paying $10 more for fucking video games, bro.
Yeah, we were wincing when eggs became the price of a fucking arm.
Seriously.
Like,
I can't even play that one up too much. We live in a farm town, so
yeah,
farmer hookup.
When that happened,
dope.
we started going to neighbors and paying them for eggs, because we have like two
Same.
neighbors that raise their own chickens.
Same, and the one we went to also has an ostrich that he cusses at, and he just yells at all the time. And it's worth the whole trip out there just for, out of the way, you big bitch, back. It's like fucking
That's
This
hilarious.
is great.
But yeah, I mean, just with that conversation alone got me thinking of how much Netflix and Hulu has grown in price. Like it's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
like tongue biting just how much it hurts to pay just one of those a month.
Like I'm paying for Netflix, and I'm using my roommate's Hulu Disney, and that's where like the price hikes came in, is because like that merger of Hulu and Disney into essentially one service. And then with everything that Netflix has been acquiring, IP wise, like they just buy out all of Warner, so now all of Warner Bros. Like properties are going to slowly find their way onto Netflix. So with that price increase, it's like, you know what? If you have titles or something that I can enjoy on there, maybe I can handle it. It's when you just randomly go, oh yeah, we're just increasing our price for reasons. I'm like, yeah, no, we're just going to cancel that bitch right now.
I mean, as it is, there's like only a few shows on Netflix that I actually care about, and whenever something does come up, and I'm like, well, if something else pops up, or maybe if one of the shows I do like and puts out another season, I might renew it just to binge watch those and then cancel it at the end of the month. But it just depends.
Like, I renewed. It's just stupid on my part, but still, I renewed my Netflix subscription the minute I found out that wrestling was going to be on Netflix. I'm like, you know what? You got me.
Fair. That's
You
fair.
got me.
And this is how much of a weeb I am. The one service I still pay for is Crunchyroll.
Same.
And I know at the time of recording, someone's going to be like, but they just had a data leak. I know, I'm dealing with it. Piss off. Okay, I can read. I got the email.
Yeah.
But,
I was just about to say real quick, at this point, dude, wah, anything that has your name or email attached to it has had a data leak. It's okay.
No. They're right. Okay, not getting into like uber annoying politics. Crunchyroll sold the company, and within like, I think it was 72 hours, there was a massive data leak because the new owners weren't doing shit the right way. So there is blame to be pointed there. It's this super irritating political argument. I really don't want to do it on the podcast.
They sold,
I
like
get why
Sony
people are
sold
upset.
Crunchyroll, or does Sony still own Crunchyroll?
Sony still owns it per se, but it's like run by a different company now.
Wait, hold
Interesting.
on. Sony owns Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Sony's
correct.
creating the Infinity Gauntlet of anime. They bought hella shit. Hold
Yeah,
up.
they bought
'cause
Funimation.
I'm pretty sure yeah.
And now it's gone.
Yeah, I thought Crunchyroll was just its own separate entity. Like, I thought it was just its own shit.
They were once.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I think the
No.
only thing that's not, like, what? I can only maybe a couple of things that are not part of Crunchyroll right now. High Dive being one of them.
Oh, yeah. God, I want. It's so tempting because there's some animes that I want to watch that are only on High Dive, like exclusively right now. But I'm like, I can't justify having 2 anime subscriptions.
I mean, you have struggled getting through one anime. I don't think you getting a second subscription to a different anime streaming service would be good for you.
That's why I just need to like sit down, buckle down, and just start.
It was justified. There was like a lot of animes on there that are not on Crunchyroll, so I got it. It wasn't as expensive as Crunchyroll, and then I just binged a bunch.
That's why I think one day I just need to get on my computer, not talk to anybody, and then just start binging shit. And then I'm going to be like, all right, I finally caught up. What's next? Now I get to watch Fire Force and Shangri-La.
Dude, Fire Force so fucking good.
Real quick, hold up. I'm gonna get deep into Fire Force soon. But Sony owns Crunchyroll, also owns Funimation when they did the merger together, so now it owns Crunchyroll and Funimation. It also owns Aniplex, which is a studio, and then they also own another studio, including A1 Productions and Cloverworks. So 2 more studios. Sony is like becoming the dominant force of anime on this side of the planet because they're buying up every distributor they can, which is not a monopoly according to experts, but what the fuck do they know?
Oh, wow, Sony. One cool thing that the one cool thing that I actually like about y'all that you've done for me in recent years.
It's not cool though, because they have hella titles stuck in like purgatory because they don't want to put the money out to get them all released and available because we can't watch Drifters right now. We can't watch Thomas immediately groaning. Half of the Funimation library, pretty much. There's a lot of it that's still under lock and key. Don't get me wrong; they're doing a good job with what they have, but like it was good. It was fine. You didn't need to come in and merge everything just so you could get fucking rich off of it.
It really sucks because some of those Funimation animes I want to watch again because I haven't seen them in forever, and they're still just not there.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
No, I think it was owned by Adults. Was it Toonami or Adult Swim? I just want to watch Zoids again.
That was on Toonami.
Yeah. So
Toonami's...
Huh?
Toonami was just like a block. It wasn't its own company.
Oh yeah, because this is cable TV. God damn.
Yeah, we're going back to the hardwired era, motherfucker.
You know, also reminds me of when I was in high school. Some girl that I went to school with was becoming like doing art and was trying her best just to get good at drawing and anime styles and all that because she wanted to work for Funimation. How'd that turn out? Anyways.
Wow. Tell her how you feel, bro.
Don't worry, she was not a great person. She was infuriating. But anyways.
Holy shit. That's funny. I can't breathe.
But I will say, like, just I know I want to talk about it later on, but that's still crazy to think that how far we've come in this evolution of media of like watching this stuff on cable television where you had blocks. I still remember my mom had her subscription to fucking, for those that know it, TV Guide, this little like paperback booklet that came in the mail, and it just told you, okay, these are the shows that are on, and these are the times that they're on. To now, I said this before we went live on the air. I could turn on my TV and my remote will have buttons dedicated to, hey, do you want to watch Netflix? Do you want to watch Hulu? Do you want to watch Disney? Just click this button here.
Oh yeah, the Roku remotes. I have like the designated buttons for apps.
Yeah,
I have the same shit. Even
totally
though I
not
never
a corporate
use them.
Sponsor.
Yeah, totally
Buy
not.
your own button.
Buy your own button.
Now, if we can get soda dispensers like that might also have like Jägermeister or Jack Daniels, now we can talk about business. I'll invest in this. But I guess we're not cool like that.
Turn on your TV just prompts, what are we drinking on? And then you just click the button. We've derailed so fucking hard. I totally forgot the last thing that we mentioned.
We do this all the time.
Well, I actually have a question if you guys are up for some physical media conversations.
Go for it, bro.
Digital media for the last 40 minutes.
Absolutely.
So, I'm sure we brought it up in a previous conversation before on one of our many other episodes. I think we're on like 81 or some shit. I don't even know. Something like that. Is there a form of like physical media you'd like to see come back? Whether it's gaming, whether it's music, whether it's like offshoot digital, or not digital, but offshoot like handhelds, like the weird one-off things for like Pokemon and Digimon and shit.
You know what you're talking about, and I was just about to say, funny enough, you mentioned that. One of the things I was just talking about, and I remember I brought it up before on not a couple podcasts ago, but in previous episodes, the fucking Tamagotchi is making a comeback.
Really?
What?
Yeah, Tamagotchi is making a fucking comeback.
For those that don't know
what a Tamagotchi is, it's this little like inch by inch digital screen that has like 2 or 3 buttons on it, and when you turn it on, this animal appears, and you have to take care of it, like feed and all this other shit. And if it dies, the entire thing is dead. It's completely unusable. You have to throw it away and get a brand new one.
No, you don't. You can reset them.
You could? I've been throwing them bitches away.
Yes. You fucking hell! I thought that was a bit. I've seen shorts and TikToks of shit like that. I thought that was a bit that people did. Dog, you haven't been able to read your whole life, is all I'm figuring out.
Just telling the truth, bro.
In the military.
I can't breathe. I'm gonna fucking pass out. I'm out of my drink, by the way, and I can't handle this. I gotta face this
Sober.
dry. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm a
I thought once the little Tamagotchi dude was dead, I was like, okay, I guess this means I got to get a brand new one. So let me just toss this one. I didn't know you could reset them. But regardless,
yeah.
before this man throws something at me
No,
virtually,
no. We're not done talking about this. Hold on
Oh,
here.
no.
Don't you change the subject. Yes, you can reset Tamagotchi to a new game by pressing the small button on the back with a thin object or holding the A and C buttons, aka left and right, simultaneously for 10 seconds or so. Depending on the model, this hard resets it, including save points and items, so it is a factory reset, but the device is reusable once again. It said that on the fucking package.
Yeah, I at the time was like 5.
Okay. Your parents can read, I assume. I hope. Your mom seems like a very intelligent woman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she
She
would
worked a
want
lot.
to avoid, spending more money.
She worked a lot.
Oh my god. People would just be out here throwing away Tamagotchis. There's probably landfills full of Tamagotchis that probably still work if you put some fresh batteries in them.
Somebody's going to be going to the dumps right now and being like, I'm going to make a killing.
Honestly, I'm gonna start looking for Tamagotchis at the thrift store now. Fucking, I'm so upset right now. I'm
Yeah,
so upset right now.
No, but that's why I saw it a couple days ago. Roommate and I, we were watching TV and we got an ad for Tamagotchi. I'm like, this bitch is making a comeback? Really? Okay. So, like, the one thing that I was gonna say is actually making a full-fledged comeback. So minus Tamagotchi, unless I can think of another one. But until I can think of another one, send me down the bench.
Oh fuck.
Can you not think of one right now?
I don't know, Thomas.
I don't. It's not really physical media, but something I would love to come back. That was early internet stuff. Neopets.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
Okay.
Neopets.
Just kick me in the throat. Oh my God.
I remember those when I was like a little ass kid. I barely remember what those even look like.
I've been here too
Yeah.
long.
Neopets, bro. Hell yeah.
Now, actually, we don't. I'll hold that. I was gonna throw shade at somebody.
Okay.
And it upsets me actually now I think about it. My PC doesn't have a CD port, so even if I got some old PC games, I couldn't fucking play them on this thing.
There's
You
things you
get
could
CD
buy,
ports.
and yeah, there's
Yeah,
there's things you
yeah.
could buy and put
Oh.
them in like a USB port.
Yeah, I
Not that I'm
bought.
burning stuff
I-
over here.
Shouldn't have to. Is
No,
where I
you
think my
shouldn't.
mind.
Yeah.
And
You
you
should
have a point.
but that's where the market went.
Yeah,
I know. I shouldn't have to buy an attachment to run CD players on my PC.
No, but some corpo said we need to get rid of disk drives. We're going to sell a premium version that doesn't have a disk drive because that's the future. And we're going to hold all the power. And then we're going to turn into the villains from RoboCop 2. And Alex Murphy has to show up and shoot us out a 10-story window once again. I'm sorry. I think I blacked out. Where are we?
anyways, I remember when you could do that. We could just put a CD in like your 360 and just burn it onto it, take it out, and still listen to all that music. Oh, dude, I remember when there was a feature on fucking the remake of Need for Speed Most Wanted. You could play your playlist in the game as like actual radio like thing in the game.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
one of
that's
the
cool.
O-
I'm glad a game made use of that feature, and there was nothing else that did it.
Wrong. Beat Hazard, sir.
Don't know it.
Oh my god, how do you not know Beat Hazard? This is one of the greatest indie games ever.
I was a little kid. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Beat Hazard was 360 era, right?
It was early 360 times.
Yeah, it was
When did
360 era.
360 come out?
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
gonna
wait,
date
what?
me, and I'm gonna kick you right in the fucking jaw, sir.
Hold
Like
on.
what was it? 06, 07?
I'm
I don't
googling it
think
right
so.
now.
Like, I'm gonna say it was closer to 9, 10. I hope, for my own sake and ego.
No, no, it was
Xbox
definitely
360 came out in 2005. Hence why it's considered a retro console.
Fuck me.
Yeah, see,
God.
in 2005, I would have been 6.
Fucking bite me. Holy shit.
The Xbox 360 came out in 2005, and so since it has 20 years under its belt, it is considered a retro console
Yeah.
by standard.
Hey, nobody asked, just in case you didn't know.
I know, but if I'm gonna suffer, you guys are too.
fuck off.
It
We're
pays to
old.
be the youngest in the group.
Creed plays and I start floating out of my seat. Just sitting there.
Would you take him higher? Okay.
What?
What?
Oh my
Nothing.
god.
So yeah,
It's
Stop.
just I'm sorry.
But no, so mine. I still need to think of a different one since Tamagotchi actually came back. His is Neopets. Do either of you have a piece of physical media that you would love to make a comeback?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Send it.
I would like actually portable handhelds to be more popular again because I know everyone's gonna be like, but there's Switch 2 and the Steam Deck. Those aren't handhelds in my opinion. They're very big and they're portable, but they're not the throw them in my pocket, go skate, and then post up somewhere to play fucking
here I'll do you one better.
Pokemon to get away for a
Switch
bit.
2 is a paperweight, and Steam Deck is a portable PC.
It is, and I love it, and I think it's got amazing potential for your average hobbyist. But when I want a portable console, I want something like for example,
Game Boy or a PSP,
yes,
or even just a fucking DS. That
yeah, something I can slip in my pocket when I'm traveling because I have to travel for work on occasion, and I could go through security, scan it with all my regular stuff, and then just actually sit down and enjoy it in the terminal without having to go through my luggage and potentially drop my socks all over the floor. Portables are getting so overblown and so away from what they need to be, and it feels like unless you're on the Switch, most portable handhelds don't really have the same style of one-on-one PvP connectability because, like you said, the Steam Deck's a PC. You're playing against other PC players, and the Switch kind of just connects to the Switch anywhere. It's an online device. You don't really have that in-person experience anymore. And before somebody in the comments comes yells at me, I'm aware there's a huge third-party aftermarket whatever of independent games like not independent games, I'm sorry. Independent handhelds, but they're all kind of mock Steam Decks like the MSI Claw, the Legion Go 2. This one kind of is a gray area. Gaming phones per se, they're not true gaming things, but they are made for gaming. So I get that there's like kind of support there, but they don't make Game Boys anymore. They don't make what's the one I'm thinking of? Game Gears. They don't make PSPs. They don't make PS Vitas. They don't make DSs. We don't have that fun anymore. And before anybody says the 3DS did badly, so they stopped making those kind of consoles, the 3DS had like 4 original titles that actually took advantage of the 3D system, which wasn't actually that good. Fuck off.
Well, I gotta pause here because like there's like 3 or 4 separate points I was about to bring up in there.
Yeah, sorry,
But,
I was on a rant. I apologize.
But yeah, once you started bringing up the whole like when the term handheld comes into play, I picture a game, not a game, but a portable console, something that I could take out of my home. I know that's what they brandished the Steam Deck and the Switch 2 to be. Me personally, maybe it's because where I live, I don't see them bitches out in the wild. But what I do reminisce on is like when you brought up the DS or the PSP, it gave me this fond memory of like grade school. I have my Game Boy Advance SP with Pokemon Sapphire in it. Lunchtime, my buddy Jordan comes up with his DS. He's playing some Mario game on it. Then we swap. That was a different time of gaming where you can bring your gaming to school.
Yeah, fucking, I remember having like a Game Boy or DS that's easily like either in my pocket or in some pocket in my backpack that is not easily accessed because you don't trust people with your backpack, especially when you have to leave them around in the classroom or some shit.
Yeah.
So easy to hide places or just in my pocket in general and just carry it around. It was that small. And it was great because as soon as like lunch came around, everyone's out in the recess and all that stuff. Just play it. I'm just gonna be on the benches over here playing Pokemon.
Like, leave me be. I'm trying to catch Kyogre. Shut up.
I've legitimately been playing Pokemon Emerald on my phone this entire time.
Exactly.
Oh, we know.
Oh yeah, we know.
But that goes to show how portable they are. Like, it is something you could do as a background task. You're not overly invested in it. It's not taking up a shitload of space. It's that well designed of a true portable system that we kind of got away from.
Yeah, and
because everything right now is trying to be a mini PC.
And I'm actually looking forward to just getting on my Steam Deck one of these days, figuring out how to emulate with Linux and all that. And I'm gonna just get a bunch of emulated games. Mostly probably stuff like Pokemon or maybe even PS2 games. I've been seeing a lot of people download some PS2 games. I'm thinking,
It's Star Fox Adventures while you're at it.
maybe if I can figure it out. But like, yeah, like I want to play like something like God of War again, or even God of War 2, or like the Ratchet and Clank games. I'm like, I want to play that shit, and I can do that with my Steam Deck if I just learn the know-how.
I actually wanted to run something by you guys while we're talking about these because there is an interesting release coming up very soon. I'll forgive the pauses. I'm having a mild eye issue at the moment. There's a new mini handheld coming out called the Evercade Nexus. It is kind of a mini PC that focuses on being an emulator because it's got 700 retro titles announced with it. That being said, the build quality looks incredible. It's using cartridges, so you actually have physical media once again. So once you buy them, you own them. This is your little handheld that you own cartridges like a Game Boy Advance for, with multiple games on each cartridge. And the titles it's launching with are Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2, and then a pre-built little pack that has a bunch of classic Rare arcade games. Not Rare as in they're hard to get a hold of, but the actual company Rare.
Rare replays.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the classic Rare titles you guys grew up with are now going to be available on a handheld running in 3D, and the console is going to have the same feature as the WonderSwan or the DS, where it'll tip sideways, and you can now play the game vertically, and all the controls reformat, so you can now play games that are made for long screens, like arcade cabinets. For example, 1984 pinball-style machines. What's the other one I really love? Gundam Wing DX. Like, it's got a lot of little capability, and I think this is a cool like fan servicey thing for me. I'm definitely gonna pick one up, but it's the unicorn right now, and I have a feeling once it comes out, they're not gonna do it again because I doubt it's gonna sell as well as it should because everyone's already shooting on. But the Switch Lite's just as good, and it has new titles. This isn't for Switch Lite fans. Also, I've never seen anybody happy with the Switch Lite.
Never seen anyone really happy with the Switch 2.
You know why? You know why they're not happy with the Switch 2? Because they only know how to play Smash and Mario Kart, and as hard as they try and as much as they practice, they will never be as good as the people who grew up with those games, and they will have to accept that at some point in their life, but today is not that day.
For real. Oh, and
me and this guy clean house in those games.
Oh, and by the way, Switch 2 players, just so you know, that FromSoft game you're getting, you're gonna suck at it anyway.
Oh, and your copy of Dispatch got censored, nerds.
Yep, that too.
Oh yeah, the Switch is getting their own From Software game, which I think is just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
The one thing I'm like, just to play devil's advocate here a little bit, because even though I think the Switch, I think the Switch is a fucking stupid. I'm gonna say console, but yeah, it's a stupid console. I can't even imagine how fat that Nintendo check was that they had to cut to From Software that says you're gonna make this game for us and only
Oh
us.
my god!
Could you imagine how many zeros were on that?
Imagine
bad boy?
coming to the company and saying, "Okay, I know our user base is the smallest out of all of your platforms that you put games on, but what if I add an extra 2 zeros to this?"
For that, it would have to be an extra 3 zeros, and Nintendo went, "Yeah, we can do that." We can do
And
that.
why would you go for the company that's known for making the hardest games?
Because those are the most popular to play. Look
And
how much
then put it
Elden
on
Ring
the
people
most
played.
casual playing
Nintendo
console
looked at what
possible.
Sony did with FromSoft and Bloodborne, see how well that shit did. They're like, okay, we want that. And they're like, okay, how about we give you an online? I don't even know what the fuck it is. Like I heard extractions game. I heard like a co-op adventure. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, you're putting it
What
on
is it even
the
called?
console that is mainly for family friendly and children. Two, it is the smallest player base of your games, and it's like, and it runs third party games that are not Nintendo's own games, even Nintendo's games sometimes. Like shit.
Dust Bloods.
Yeah,
That's what it was called.
That's why, especially if they had to sell it to From Software, just like we want you to make a game that's specifically for us. From Software knows what they're doing. They're going, why would we do that for you? Your console doesn't run well, and you have the slowest, and you have the smallest player base. Here's about 9 zeros behind the number 9. Good enough for you? Yeah,
they could
I
have
would take that if I
released
was a
that
game
shit like
developer.
they did for Night Rain on every other platform, and actually made it cross-plat, and still give it to Switch 2 players, and that'd be so
Mhm.
much better than what they're doing right now.
But no, so actually, what time is it?
Time for an ad break, DJ.
Yeah,
Take it
yeah.
away.
We are going to hear from our partners at Dubby. Let's go. Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they are still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. And we are back. Thank you very much to Dubby for still hanging out with us to this day. And also shout out to our other partner, Red Dragon. Use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Moving forward, before we actually move forward, we still need to get your bit of retro media that existed way back when that you would like to have make a comeback, or at least be revitalized if it hasn't like fully died.
Well, just because my experience with retro media is very limited, given that around the time I was too young to even afford or know what the fuck it was. So I'm gonna just say, like, and I'm not talking about how Nintendo does it with their services, because it's bullshit. I want just ease of access and a new, like, a remake or redo of like a classic Nintendo Color or something, like a Game
A
Boy.
Game Boy
Yeah,
Color?
Game Boy
Yeah.
Color. Because like I missed those games a lot. I played a lot of the Game Boy games when I was a kid, and I'm like, man, I wish I could play those again. But the only way I can do it now, rely or like with what I got right now, is through an emulator. But I'd like to be able to take it in my hands. That's not my phone, because you can do it easy on your phone, but want something with actual cartridges that I can just charge and on the go, and not have to waste my phone battery because I got a lot of other things on my phone that I need that shit for.
I remember being in grade school and the Game Boy Color rolled out, and then you just see all these kids with an array of different colors from like yellow to pink to hot pink to green, and then the one where it was like it was a gradient, like a see-through color, but you could see the guts and the innards of the Game Boy itself.
I remember those.
Yep.
I
had
miss
a
that
couple
look
those.
of see-through tech, man. I think
Yeah.
that was like peak design right there. I'm still on the hunt for a jungle green N64, and I know when I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna pay too much for it. But that was mine growing up, and I want it.
I mean, shit.
That fight.
I remember when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I had a purple Game Boy Color, and I would play Pokemon and all these games all the time. I remember one time I went to Chihuahua, Mexico to visit my grandparents, and there was like some sort of quinceañera that was happening literally behind the house. It was my grandparents' friend, her like their granddaughter's quinceañera or something. And I remember as a little kid, me not knowing any better, just was gonna go play with the kids, but I thought, wait, I have my Game Boy on me. I'm gonna put it on the tailgate of this truck
No.
right next to me. And then I went to play, only for later, I come back, truck is gone, and my Game Boy is gone.
Bruh. They can't have shit in Mexico.
Nope.
No. So I lost that, and I never had a Game Boy since. And it's sad. It makes me sad.
Game Boy was just fucking different, man.
I don't think I had anything Nintendo until the DS. And then I was
There was
able
like-
to
there-
use the leftover cartridges I had as a kid and just use them because the DS had that bottom cartridge insert.
See, like Game Boy was just different because like there was the original Game Boy, which was a fucking literal brick.
Yeah.
Then there was the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance SP, which all of a sudden they just said, "Hey, so we made the Game Boy into a square, foldable box, and it has its own backlight. You don't have to go. You don't have to buy the light attachment."
That's
to shine
the
onto your
one I
screen."
had. Yeah. That was great. Being able to play that in the dark when you're supposed to be going to sleep.
I was just about to bring that up. Put a towel at the bottom of the door. Then if mom comes up anyway, you just turn out that backlight, minimize the volume, and then stuff that bitch under your pillow, and you start snoring as loudly as possible.
Did that once or twice. I don't think it fooled her, but it worked.
It's like, oh, look at my baby, totally not playing video games, snoring like he needs a CPAP machine. I know what you're doing, you little fucker.
Oh yeah, she was not.
We didn't have
fooled.
that problem in our house. You sleep like motherfuckers over here. Is he playing video games? Just mouth open. Nope.
No, dude, I was that kid that tried to play video games at night, especially like my brother and I. There was one 360, and it was primarily in our little like family living room thing. But every now and again, especially if my brother was going to be spending the night at his friend's house, I was allowed to keep we were allowed to like keep the 360 in either of our rooms as long as the other one was gone.
Hmm.
And I would try so hard to just play some games at night, but my fucking stepfather, who also went by the name Night Guard, was constantly just walking around the house. Oh, what was that game? It was like Rainbow 6-2, and then you had to just go through these levels of killing all these all these terrorists per level, and it got progressively harder and harder. Rainbow Six Vegas.
Oh,
Oh.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those games were awesome.
All of a sudden, I'm sitting there. I don't have any volume on. I'm playing in dead silence. I have a towel underneath to stop the light from shining through, and then all of a sudden, my stepfather just lightly raps on the door. Yo, son, are you actually asleep? I'm holding my breath, just like, go away. Go the fuck away. I don't hear anything. All right. And then he walks off. I'm like, I knew it. I heard that.
No, that's totally different from me because my father, when he's asleep, he's gone. So ain't no waking him up. My mother, on the other hand, any little noise I made, all of a sudden I hear just a knock. Boom, go to bed. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
There was constantly, I ain't gonna snitch now. Do it again. I'm telling you, mama. I'm like, you know what? I don't need him telling my mother. She scares me. I'm going to not play video games anymore. And then honestly, because originally I was gonna say Tamagotchi, but that's actually a thing. I know it's still a thing, but I wish it was more regulated in like just people's personal lives, especially like if you have the boys over. Fucking laser tag. I would love to have another like home laser tag
Oh.
system.
I was just about to say that. We got the same brain cell going right now. Laser tag is falling on hard times. I wish it would pick up more, especially with how against like physical violence everybody is. Let's have some like
Mhm.
harmless fun. This ain't paintball. This is laser tag.
Like, brother,
I mean, if it's not
'cause, like,
paintball, it's like airsoft. You know?
the shit that can actually
Yeah.
hurt. I
Yeah.
used to play
Nah,
ball.
this is just you and the homies going out having some fun, shooting some lasers at each other, laughing, yelling, getting carried away, having some fun.
No, it's
Like, you had the boy.
really sad because I know laser tag. I guess building was near me, like 40-minute drive from me, and it closed down. And I never got to actually give it a shot. It
Bruh.
sucks. I guess that, from what I understand, is just no one was going.
It fell off, like especially during the pandemic. Businesses like that suffered so much, and a lot of them just didn't make it. Even when the ones that did make it, they're struggling currently because they didn't get the customer base back.
Mhm.
Which, not to revisit every other retro episode we ever had, arcades are the shit. Get out of the house and touch grass. Go
Mhm.
meet people. Talk to folks. Chew some of the gum off the bottom of the table. This is why you're afraid of getting sick. Your
Eat
immune
that
systems are
shitty
weak.
cardboard pizza.
God.
Have a Coca-Cola. Live a little, man. Fucking get out there.
Unwind your
Drink hose
fucking
water.
panties. Not everything's gonna kill you. If anything, it's gonna make you tougher. Drink from the garden hose. We're fine.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But that's
I
one
gotta
thing
keep
that I
going.
wish could make a comeback, because like I know, especially with even at our advanced ages, especially we were all near each other, we leave the lady folk at the house, and then the boys just come over, we catch a buzz, we go outside, we play laser tag. Drunkenly running around the woods shooting laser guns at each other would be so much fun. Oh, hold on, let me crack this real quick. But no. So now I want to, because we've spent a lot of time harping on like the losing and lacking of physical media. I at least want to talk about some of the redeeming qualities of media currently, like the convenience of it all now. From the days of having to have so many different cassettes, which one to choose from to play in the car, to now I have Spotify. So now for $10 a month, I have access to every song ever that's ever existed.
And you're also funding the creation of Skynet.
Why'd you have to say it?
The stare says it all. The stare was so palpable.
But I mean, shit,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot more like playlists on Spotify every time I open it, whether it's my desktop or my phone, where it's like, oh, out our new AI playlist generator. I'm like, I mean, sure, once, and I mean, it's alright, it's cool, but it's like, I prefer these playlists more, that Spotify makes.
Well, so there's that. Spotify also allows AI programs, AI generated music on their platform. There's nothing
Which
to
is
discriminate against it.
awful.
It's so bad. It's drowning out regular artists because they're able to pump out so much content. The algorithm kind of favors them by default.
Especially when it
So
comes
people
to
are
the
having
people that replicate an artist's voice and sound.
that already exists.
Yeah, and like some of them are even getting into artist accounts and uploading it to their own page and making it seem like the artist is the one that made it and uploaded it.
And so they actually have a stance in their terms of service to say you can't do that, but
Yeah.
they can't take them down fast enough because it's happening so often. They're literally like trying to put out a fire with the fucking super soaker.
Like, I remember seeing that happen to an artist I follow. I forget which one. I think it was Knocked Loose or something. This is all of a sudden a song gets uploaded to their page, and it's weird. It sounded like Knocked Loose, but it wasn't. And I'm like, is this AI? And I only found out later, after it was taken down, it was. And these artists are getting in trouble because people are hacking into their shit and putting in AI music. I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Because this is where the whole, like, I know we're supposed to be talking about like the convenience of like modern media that we can intake now, but this is where we spoke about this on a couple episodes ago of AI just getting to that precipice of being dangerous. I was just talking to these guys earlier about how Esquire magazine, I think it was Esquire Singapore, had an AI interview with I forgot how to pronounce his name. I think it's Makinyu, the guy who played Ronoa Zoro in the live action for One Piece, because he didn't respond to them. So they made up an interview and put it in their magazine and published it as real.
Yeah,
That's not okay.
That's not okay. I mean, there's a union for that kind of shit when people use others' voice and likeness without their permission, especially when it comes to actors and voice actors. That shit is not okay.
That's their bread and butter, quite literally.
Literally. And so I'm like, you're literally putting in an interview that was at no cost to you because you're not having to give this actor any time or money for this interview, and you're just using their likeness without their permission just because they didn't respond to you and you had a deadline, which is scary because if they don't crack down on this, people are going to start just doing this.
Yes. I was going to say, you're using a likeness without permission. You're fabricating an interview that never happened. That's also could be falling into defamation territory, because what if the stuff you said didn't align with this person's actual views and agenda? There's so many levels of gray area and red tape broken here. It is frightening how like any company that's like could potentially get sued into oblivion would just be like, it's fine, send it. Nothing bad will ever happen, I promise.
You know, that's also a good point. Literally making the interview happen through AI and having them say what you want them to say, not what they would actually say. People can confuse that and thinking that actor views are actually that of what you made the AI say.
Yep. They tried to cover it up by saying, "Oh, it's based like the responses were based loosely off of things that he said in the past when he's been asked questions." Yeah, loosely based off of what he said in the past doesn't translate to what he would say to you now.
Also, even if it is accurate, loosely basing anything off of anything means you're guessing or misinterpreting, because you can't be 100% right. You're not a fucking mind reader. And if you are, why are you asking questions, doing interviews, dumbass? Just write the story. Become a reporter. Fuck. That whole thing bothers me so much.
Journals are just wild in these days, man.
As we all say, reporters aren't people. That does not reflect views of NoSkill Entertainment. That is purely a goblin being off his rocker. Do not repeat that, chat.
I mean,
we're going to get back to, because I know we can still harp on AI being like the dangerous thing as it is, and it's just getting worse. Because I do want to go back to us talking about like the evolution of media, not including AI if we can. But
it's gonna be
like
tough.
last closing thoughts. Huh?
So it's gonna be tough. It's like everything now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna like real quick. Just the last thing for me when it comes to this AI stuff. So him and I have to tell you this. There's a couple of reactions that y'all will never see because we found out that the music wasn't real.
Yeah, it was not disclosed until later. We found out. So there's reactions that are just gone and in the wind in my recycle bin.
Which sucks. Which totally fucking sucks because like it sounded good, but it doesn't feel genuine if it didn't come from an actual person singing into a microphone or somebody playing a guitar or playing the drums or playing the bass. It's not genuine to me. I don't care how good it sounds if it's not played by real people. He'll do what the guy in Death Clock did. He played everything.
And then he faked it until he maked it, and now he has a full band and they're shredding face. Oh man, actually, do you have a follow-up topic for this, or are we kind of?
Dude, we can free ball if you want to. What do you gotta say?
I just had a question because one of the YouTube channels I follow did a really cool thing for because they make movies on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Mighty Car Mods. They are automotive content creators that
No.
do full-length films every couple of years. For normally, because one of the guys isn't just a YouTube guy, he's also an audio engineer and he makes music. And normally, he's done a CD release before. He's done digital release before. For this last movie, he did the soundtrack and he did a limited edition cassette release. So in the Lord's Year of 2026, you can buy a cassette that's a limited release for a movie that's all hand produced, everything made in-house by two guys with the dream working out of their garage. I think that's the coolest shit ever.
Oh yeah, dude.
If you guys had an opportunity to make some kind of physical media out of like any YouTube dream video, like, or any YouTube or content creation a project, dream job, whatever it may be, like, is there anything you would like to make, like a special vinyl, a hard copy of a movie, maybe like a throwback VHS, or like even a board game perhaps? Like, is there anything physical that you would like to have as merch at some point in the content creation career?
I'm gonna say this as like me a metalhead and just freaking retro vintage collector, because I do want to start collecting a lot of like vintage stuff. I would love to have in my possession a vinyl of Linkin Park's Meteora, because not only is it my favorite band, it's also my first metal band or an album I've ever listened to. So I want the vinyl of it. And I had it in my hand once in a vinyl store when I went to Omaha. There was a mall, and there's a place that sells vinyls. It was there, but I could not justify buying it because of the price.
How bad was it?
Like, it was unopened vintage vinyl. It was part of like the expensive section of vinyls in the store, because there was two separate ones, and it ran like $200-ish.
Woo!
Because it had original wrapping, and inside of the vinyl also had like autographs and pictures from the making of it, and autographs from the band. And I'm like, ugh. It was so hard to not buy that. If I bought that shit, I would be down like $200 or plus right now for the funds of me going to California. Just for a
for
vinyl.
sure, I get it.
But I want that one day,
Yeah.
And now, are you asking like what if we could get our hands on a piece of media, or like if we could create one?
If you can create something based off like content creation. Is
I
where
can
I was
change
going
my
for. But he
answer
was on a
then.
roll, so I didn't want to stop it. Like,
I
that was a
totally
really dope answer.
misunderstood. I totally
Okay, I was like,
misunderstood it.
I was like, he's passionate.
No, you're
I
good.
don't hear him.
But no, if I could,
Yeah, like, let's hear the man out. He might be onto something.
if I could change that answer, to more meet your question, being that I'm going to California soon, and I'm technically not too far from where you guys live, even though it's like 5-6 hours. Eventually, I do want to move out there to Sacramento or somewhere near where you guys are, just because A, closer to friends, B, I just don't want to be in LA. And
we don't.
And plus, it'd make going to stuff like Aftershock and all that so much easier.
Yeah.
But I don't ever want to do a face reveal intentionally. I imagine through content creation, it's probably going to happen eventually. But I want to do stuff like, go to the races with you, not as like a member of the crew, but maybe as cameraman or vlog cameraman, stuff like that. Even stuff in day-to-day lives, us going to events or stuff we're doing around, and just kind of compile that into like this big project that releases at the end of each year as like a beginning to end like vlog-ish thing that NoSkill does. Like all the things we did throughout the year, and just compile it into one video. It's kind of like
I think that would be super
almost
dope.
like the Vision, from Optic, kind of thing.
Yep.
But like that's what I want to do one day. I think it'd be cool.
Handle 100 Can you handle 115-degree weather, if not higher?
Of course. I lived in
We only do
Arizona.
that like once every now and then.
I lived in Arizona, bro. I can handle heat.
I know. That's one of the bit of like, can you handle heat? You're hired.
But yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I think that would be super dope.
For me, it's two goals. One for the channel, and then one for me personally. One of the big things that I still feel it in my heart of hearts that we can attain and achieve is like, if whoever wants to partner or work with us, I would love to have a collaboration where we have our own shaker cup. Maybe even
I think that would be pretty dope.
That'd be dope.
Maybe in our own like our own like subs flavor if we can punch our way up to that one. Personal wise, I want to create a board game.
Board game would be
Board
pretty
game,
dope.
huh?
Like a no-skill board game. Like what's the premise there? What you kind of thinking on that?
That's the hard part of like what type of game would it be? Because I know I can come up with like I can make it like a trivia game. I can make it. Hell, I'll create a no skill game, a mousetrap, if you give me enough time. If you give me enough time to think about it. But I've
Interesting.
always just thought to myself, I grew up a board game kid. My family every once every 2 weeks we would have a game night where all the family would come over for like a little cookout thing, and we would play from like Monopoly to Catchphrase, Taboo. If anybody remembers us, Pictionary.
Yo, nice.
So board games are what I grew up on, and I would love to create a board game.
That's cool. Nice.
That I'm like deep in thought right now. I think a no-skill TTRPG would be crazy.
Yo, and it takes place at a roller rink.
One of the first pieces is gonna be a gecko.
I think like wonky classes like streamer, cat girl, fucking dragonborn, tech wizard, gremlin. Like wonky goofy classes, and it's like a campaign based loosely around like our adventures and content creation and like meeting eccentric characters or just cameo of all the fellas and friends. I could see this. I could see it coming together.
I think it'd be cool, especially like how long have we been doing this now? 5 years?
About.
Oh fuck, that's crazy amount of time.
Like especially like with how long we've been doing this, we've done some fun stuff. We've collabed with some incredible people. We have so many timeless moments and memes that are just like that we still reference to this day. And I thought, you know what? If I could somehow compile all that together to make some sort of game, it would be so fucking cool to make it happen.
That'd be pretty dope. I respect the hell out of that.
But that's Mason. I'll move it down the line before I start getting emotional because I've known you fuckers too long.
Oh, you're pointing at me? Or is it fucking him?
Right.
I got mixed signals there.
Just start with Big Red. What would you want to create as a content creator? That could be just either for you or for the channel.
No skill snapbacks.
Yo, I would rock out of that.
That'd be pretty dope.
I would rock
Man,
that.
he just shot right across the bow. Like everybody, that got everybody's attention.
One for each member of the crew too.
That's sick.
And
I like
And
that.
then a generic one with the logo. Mm-hmm.
Dude, our color schemes would go kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I have so many fucking snapback hats. It's not even funny.
I need new ones. I had to retire two of my favorite ones. They just finally gave out after years of service.
Like earlier when I was working out, I had my Famous Stars and Straps hat on. I'm like, yeah. For those that remember Famous Stars.
Also, throwing this out there, I wouldn't say no to a Bad Dragon sponsor. Anyway,
Hey,
They make hats.
they make hats.
They
I
do
don't
make
know.
hats.
Yeah.
I don't know how comfortable I'd feel saying, yeah, my hat's from Bad Dragon.
They're a sponsor. They sponsor my streams.
So not
What do you do with your
sponsored.
Bad Dragon merch? I fucking wear it on my head.
I use it to make content. People get the wrong idea. It's us using them as baseball bats to destroy shit we bought at thrift stores.
real quick, not sponsored. Would like to be, but not sponsored. But I will at least disclose. I regularly do shop at Bad Dragon merch. Like I have their gaming jersey, the Duke. I have their socks. I have about 4 of their T-shirts. They're head turners when you're in a public place and people know what the fuck that logo is.
Oh, I bet.
They
The
have no
first-
room to judge if they know what that logo is.
Oh yeah,
though.
no.
The first time I wore the gaming jersey out, nobody knew what it was, and then this one lady just looks at me and then double takes. She's just, and I'm like, yeah, high five me right now.
High five. Wash your hands first.
I don't know you like
I
that.
definitely want some of their merch. I'm definitely going to be getting some soon. Dude, that freaking Duke jacket was sick.
Yeah. And they also have Dakimakuras amongst other things. If that's what you're into.
Oh yeah, if that's what you're into. There's also other products, but we're not going to talk about those.
One that might not have collabed with Guar, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Well, so he wants to create. He wants to create a snapback. I want to create a board game. You want to vlog their racing stuff and compile it together for like a one big super.
Well, not
project.
just that, just everything we do.
Yeah.
Like IRL type thing.
Yeah.
Like if we were to go to just random place, like I don't know, pull up the camera. We're all at a fucking restaurant just for like a 30-second thing, just to add
we're
it
in
to the
Reno
video.
for Powerwolf.
Yeah, us going to concerts, events, cons, whatever. It could be anything. Just as long as we have a way to record, whether it be phone or your camera, your GoPro. There it is. Just anything.
I can just picture you going to Sack Anime and then Mikey just points out, "Yo, that's the furry that got the shit kicked out of her by PVC pipe." And then I interviewed her.
Dog,
afterwards.
I felt so bad for that poor girl. Oh my god,
Still
she
did-
got hit.
Still did the interview though. Trooper.
Yeah, she's a champ, man. Like fucking gangster.
Yeah, like even if we're not all together, 'cause I know DJs in the East Coast. Just as simple as something like maybe him recording himself going to like a concert or something, and just sending over the footage from that he recorded throughout the year and just compiling it, and just stuff like that.
That's why I wish,
Yeah.
like, whenever I can, if I can't move back to the West Coast, I at least want to move back to the city because right now I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Hey, high five! Me too.
But so we have R3. What do you want to create as a passion project? For you or for the channel?
It'd be such a dream thing. This would be super far down the line, and there are avenues to make this exist. One company that could technically do both things, which would be incredible. But I dream of the day we get a NoSkill figure series. I think each of us in our own respective characters with our own PVC like 1/7 scale figures would be dope. I'd be super pissed though because mine would be notably shorter than everybody else's. But that's okay. We're not going to focus on the little details.
Yeah, the little
That
details
little
of the little
details.
model. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to focus on the
I think
little
that'd be so
thing.
dope.
I've always thought
mean-
a Dravo just figurine would be cool.
I think so too.
I would be the
I
most.
think-
Go ahead.
Well, no, continue. I want to hear what you have to say.
I would just probably be the most basic Nendroid form of a cat girl, but I'd be okay because it's like, hey, that's me. I know it's me.
I also kind of like the idea of, I shit you not, like this is just a concept I came up with. If it was your figure was a two-parter, if it was the little cat girl and then there was the shadow that was like this, not an exact silhouette, but a rough outline of what you look like IRL, I think that would be really dope, like conceptually.
It would scare a lot of you.
The size difference would be fucking awesome, dude. And if we kept the thing going, we could do that for me, but it's the same height as the goblin. I think that would be fucking peak comedy.
Like, now do the same thing for the goblin. We did.
We did. It's the same shit. There's like one more inch of hair, and that's it. That's the whole fucking height difference. Because
See, all that
I know.
sounds. Oh no, go ahead. Finish.
No. Do you? I was just like gasping at my own ideas because
Because
they're
all that
stupid.
just sounds really cool, and the fact that like it's
Mhm.
we have these passions, we have these thoughts, we have these goals that I know we can attain. We know it's going to take time, obviously,
Mhm.
but like especially with the rate that we've been growing, like hell, it seems like only 2 weeks ago we were at like 1.41, and now we're sitting at 1.46. And even a lot of people just like, oh well, those are small numbers. Hey, a number's a number, okay? I appreciate all of them.
Honestly, yeah.
Growth is growth. I don't
Like-
care how small or big. I mean, it's crazy that we even made it to 1,000. I'm still shocked on that. 'Cause it took us a while. I mean, sure, according like to YouTube growth rates, our channel is neither slow nor is it great. YouTube is a mixed bag of growth and just how crazy someone's channel can grow overnight or just take ages. You never know, especially with the content we do. It's definitely just a little niche, and I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, we're a mixed bag for sure, but people have to realize it took Mr. Beast like 10 years to get anywhere. He didn't just spring up overnight.
Oh yeah,
And some of the biggest channels that have sprung up overnight fell off in the same amount of time. So, I mean,
yeah. Especially
You-
since in the future, I definitely want to just, I guess, change some things around. Maybe especially when I move out to California and I'm not here. I definitely want to just evolve the channel as whatever way we can, especially when it comes to editing and just making different types of videos. Because if we can just make different types of content and I can just evolve the editing production a little bit, I think it'd be great.
Can I just like spitball? Well, not spitball, but say real quick. When you brought up Mr. Beast, dude, me personally, this is just DJ talking here. I did not know who the fuck this guy was. All of a sudden, I'm like, why did this dude just rake in almost 500 million views making real life Squid Game? Who the fuck is this cat? I did not know who the fuck this guy was. I thought he just sprung up overnight. I didn't know he's been doing this for time.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah, he's been at it
around
a
for a
long
while,
time.
and now he's the biggest on YouTube and a corporate sellout.
That's the scary part. He's not even a corporate sellout. He's so high cost. He has to cut corporate deals so they can afford to run ads on his platform. They can't afford him anymore. That is insanity.
On top of which, that AI scandal he was in. Oh my god.
Yeah, that whole whoever. I firmly believe someone said this is going to be a good idea. Trust me, and his dumb ass is like, you know what? The check looks good, and I like the way you're smiling at me, and he just signed off on it. That was so fucking dumb.
I can't.
And
imagine.
for anybody who's, oh, what's up, Deej?
Oh no, I thought you were done. Go and continue.
For anybody who's curious, he started in 2012.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude's been at it a while.
And then he started out as like a game channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of game channel, kind of challenge channel, and then it just kind of like evolved and fluctuated over the years. He tried several different angles before he found what really stuck.
So I can imagine like how many companies him and his team had to like vet before he actually airs an ad outside of just shouting out his candy bar. She's like, all right, this video is sponsored by the NASDAQ.
Well, that's the problem. They haven't really been doing a good job of it or vetting at all much lately, like the whole AI scandal thing Brennan was talking about. So, maybe they're not doing a good job at it, or maybe they just said, fuck it, let's see what happens.
Shit, other than Feastables, I don't think any of like the products he's tried to do have been all that successful. Like those, like the Lunchables, were they called or something like that?
Lunchly sucked.
Lunchly
was
sucked.
bad.
The Beast Burger thing was horrible, and then it just flopped. And I think they opened up just a single restaurant that was an actual permanent place instead of just ghost kitchens.
Oh, there's a Mr. Beast Burger near me. Nobody goes there, but it's there.
Nobody goes there.
Yeah, so that says something. They're just not great.
Oh God, not to like slam on him, but hey, there's a reason why you have the amount of subs that you do. So hey, game recognizes game.
Yeah.
So this was definitely supposed to be like like the evolution of media, and this definitely just turned into us talking about us, which I do like to take the time and recognize the fact that we have worked hard on this channel, and I'm proud of us. I just want to say I'm proud. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of what we got here.
I mean, I'm pretty content with what we got, considering we're 4 dudes in 3 different time zones who have their own lives and shit going on. I think we've done a good job.
No, yeah.
One of which has been attacked by a witch. It's irrelevant to anything, but it did. That's my machine story, I swear.
Because then before we start closing out, I would love to, especially since we're in the new year, I would love to hear, like, go around the bench and hear, like, any potential projects, whether it be passion projects, magnum opuses, anything that you just want to start trying out and doing, that you wouldn't mind telling the audience. So we'll start with Big Red down at the end, who's playing Pokemon still. Who are you catching right now?
I've turned Pokemon off. I'm barely awake right now.
Okay, well let's get you done and going here.
I missed the question completely.
Anything that you got going on that's in the pipeline for the channel later, like any other games and gameplay that they can look forward to in the future that you don't mind divulging?
Or maybe just anything for the channel you want to do in general for the future. I don't know.
Vlog yourself moshing.
I did that once and I almost lost my phone in that fucking pit.
It was hilarious. How it felt to chew 5 gum for real.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have too many ideas. I'm just kind of the gaming guy. I just like to record the games, like single player games. I know the Cultist and what's that game that you and I like coming out, DJ, that you played the demo for?
Morbid Shell.
Oh, Morbid Metal.
Yeah.
Morbid Metal, there you go.
Morbid Metal.
And
So Morbid Metal and a game called The Cultist both come out tomorrow. And then there's like a weird Cthulhu game coming out later this month that I played the demo for, where it incorporates technology and Lovecraftian mysticism into it, and you have an AI companion that evolves with you and starts to also get corrupted by Cthulhu at the same time. It's really weird.
That one looks sick.
Yeah, so it's mostly just going to be continued game playthroughs for me, and whenever we do streams for either Elden Ring, Souls-like games, or when I get this guy to do some Chained Cars stream, because I'm going to fucking kill this guy with a headache just playing that game.
I gotta
be
I mean, there's also the whole run a car garage together too.
Oh yeah,
I didn't buy that.
Car Garage Simulator.
Yeah.
You guys really want to do that, don't you?
Yes,
Why are
we
you
do.
such a fucking chode about this? Just commit and do it.
'Cause I'm gonna get mad at all of you.
Just know, as soon as we spawn in, I'm finding the 10mm socket and throwing it somewhere, and it's gonna be gone forever.
Go for it, because if you lose any of those tools when the replacements are going in your ass, so you can't lose them anymore. Actual quotes from the shop.
So yeah, for me, it's just going to be continued gameplay stuff, and I'm going to try to get more on top of the newer games coming out, because I did the Dead Space game, I've done Chronos, I'm still working through Clair Obscur. I did all of Dead Space 2 in one day. That was fun. And then yeah, I'm just gonna try to get on top of more of the upcoming releases that are coming out.
Swag.
That's all I really got going on.
All right, and then down to the Green.
Well. No, nothing grand. As far as like stuff coming up for the new year that I'd like to get into, I'm gonna not make any promises on IRL stuff. I'm still healing up from a little bit of a spell with my health, so that is, it comes as it comes. I'm not making any grand plans for that kind of thing at the moment. But as far as like overall content I would like to get into, the 2 big things I want to do this year is I would like to do a little bit more live streaming than I have in the past, because I have the time now, and I'm supposed to be taking it easy anyways, so that'd be a nice thing to start getting back into.
Hey man,
I know.
just
I had
let me
to.
know. You know
For
I'm
sure.
always
No, we got
down.
some stuff. We got some stuff to play, and then I'm probably gonna sink a good bit of time into Forza when it drops, so that'll be one to really get me on there. I kind of want to
I got
live
blue
stream
fucking
that
for like 2
coin
months.
pusher game just so I could show everybody what a brain rot gremlin I am sometimes.
Real
The
quick,
rat coin.
just
Yeah, rat
Rat
coin.
coin.
real quick, just to interject. I know when Forza drops, I'm not going to see you fuckers for at least a month.
Oh, bro. I mean, as it is, us wanting to record that, I am hoping that we're also going to be able to live stream us playing it too.
I'm so down. I'm so down.
And I saw a video of that rat coin game, and holy shit, I was so terrified of what was happening on screen because it was happening all at once. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, you look like you'd get overwhelmed, my guy. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a game made for the gremlin.
dog, my
Yeah.
arm hair was sweating. I'm like, oh my lord, oh, this is taking me back to the arcade. Oh my, I was getting anxious.
I love those games in real life. I was winning on one of those games when I was helping out this mom. This kid was trying to play one and he wasn't winning shit. I'm like, go to this machine and tell him to aim for the middle. I promise you, less than $1. Homeboy won a 500 ticket jackpot in less than $1. And he's ecstatic. Kids running around screaming. Mom's like, how'd you do that? I'm like, oh yeah, that machine's loaded. The way this one's developed, you can see how this point score and this one's lined up for a jackpot, and it's got 2 more in it with another couple of bucks. And she's like, well, why aren't you playing this machine? I'm like, because this one's better. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to help you, but I also want to win myself. So I got to take the good machine.
Daddy needs some too. Hold up,
Dude, I made like 4,000 tickets.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was fucking stacking jackpots on Spider-Man coin pusher. But yeah, I want to live stream a little bit more. That's something I really want to get into. And when we get some time, I want to sit down and see if we can bang out some more music with Mando here. The homeboy's really the guiding.
you
Bro, imagine NoSkill starts uploading their own music, bro.
We can have our own subdivision. It's called NoSkill Productions. It's our own little music shtick. I would like to release a Maidcore album. I even have a really cool concept for some
Again,
vibes and feels.
You guys
and even
make the music. I make the videos with like the audio, like wave bullshit. Fucking whatever
the
they're called.
visualizers.
The visualizers, yeah, for I mean, shit. We make our.
I just found a good
little
program for that.
covers for that. Like you can put it in the Discord. Whether it's me or you that makes the cover, it doesn't matter. We both can.
So I just found a good program for visualizers where you can even drop in elements and it'll distort that element with the waveforms to make the visualizer effect. So we can drop in the NoSkill logo and have it be distorted by whatever music is playing for the length of the video.
That's cool. I like that.
I've been in the house for 3 months. I have ideas.
Yeah, run shit through by me, man. I want to be able to do this shit too. Fucking
for sure.
Yeah.
I still have that link saved, so I'll shoot it to you and get you in the loop on that one.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I think my ear is still damaged though, because I am getting these super weird pains when I have my over-ear headphones on. I might need to look into that.
Might need to look into that, man.
Oh, but yeah, no, those are the projects I'm kind of looking forward to this year.
All right. And then for me, I know I want to make more games. Like I know I still have I have a game show that's still in the works of being edited. I have another part to it that still needs to be made and played with you guys. But I have more creative more creative games that I want to make and like perform for you, like have you guys perform. Because I constantly think of this shit of like that would be fun to do. I have a couple of not indie, but demos that I definitely want to record because I'm actually showing a lot of interest in these. Finally, interesting games that I can actually try out. But also, one of the ideas that I had is I want to go back and revisit some of the games that we played when we first started this channel. Like, I would love to, now that we have a higher production, like we all have better microphones and now we have PCs. I would love to go back and play something like, I don't know, fucking Back for Blood again.
Interesting.
Like,
I'm just saying, modded Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, modded Left 4 Dead
Modded-
2 has been on the table for a while. It's kind of just been hidden in the corner. It came up
we
once,
could do
and it just hasn't
Left-
really come up again.
we could
I
do
haven't
Left 4 Dead
installed-
2. We could do No Skill versus Save Progress.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Are they going to get Ava and Ben 2 on their team? Because there's only 2 of those clowns.
Doesn't matter who they have on their team. They're going to take the L.
I don't think that he likes being called Ben 2 either because they already have one of them. But fuck him. Not my problem.
Ben 1, Ben 2, and
This is
whoever the
good,
fuck
Ben,
else
and you
they
are
want.
Ben 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is he good, Ben? Oh, fuck.
So I'm just sitting on a mountain of ideas of shit that I would love for us to at least attempt or try to do. Because if you guys want to do modded Left 4 Dead 2, I still have Left 4 Dead 2 installed. Just tell me what mods I need to put on so I can record my POV and have it be
I
fun.
mean, we all have to have the same one, so hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll make a list.
Make a list.
A list? Never mind. I'm not going to do this joke.
Be careful.
Careful there, bud.
I think I know where he was going with it too. I almost said the name.
I've changed my mind.
But that's it. That's it for me. So yeah.
Other than what I mentioned before about the whole beginning of year, end of year video concept, I definitely want to do more streaming and definitely some more solo streaming because I've already attempted twice and both of them fucking failed and I'm so upset about it.
Notice how your streams are successful when I'm there.
Shut up.
That might be
Anyways,
key.
but like I tried streaming
Shut up.
Metro Awakening. It at first was fine, and then all of a sudden the game started to just pause on its own without me even pressing a button. And it just kept doing it. I would unpause it, then it'd pause again, and just keep going. It made it unplayable. I tried resetting or restarting everything, it just didn't work. So I scrapped it and went to Monster Hunter Stories 3. Because I was like, I've been wanting to play this game. Played part 2. I've been looking forward to this. Only for it to just crash every time I would create a character. I would never saw a cutscene. And it no matter what it did, I was suggested rollback an NVIDIA driver update. I updated the NVIDIA driver update just to see if that would work. I tried re-rolling the Monster Hunter update itself. Nothing worked, so I gave up, refunded it, and got something that I could just play off stream because I was done. So I want to look for games I want to just stream solo by myself. And since everyone's off at work most of throughout the day, I wanted to just stream something I could just do in the middle of the day and just stream all the way up until whenever everyone gets on or something.
Yeah.
I can buy you rat coin.
That could be a show. Anyways.
I'm just saying, it looks like it'd be fun.
It does look like it'd be fun, but other than that, I'm also thinking about just doing a bunch of other videos, like maybe commentary on certain topics. I've been really thinking about putting up stuff, whether it's on NoSkill or my personal channel, of just me sitting down in like a VR chat world and talking about a certain topic. And just, going through the whole editing and having nice images and all that stuff, commentary type stuff. But most of it probably could be on my personal channel, just because a lot of it would probably be furry related, so it'd be just all my personal stuff.
Oh, dude, you gotta invite me on. I'm down to talk about furries.
Same.
Sure, why not? Hell yeah. I'd definitely be down for it, especially since when I moved to California, the music video stuff is going to be gone, so I need to find something else. So, sad losing something, but I want to try and find something else that I can do.
Yeah.
Do what you enjoy, man,
a
and
little
sometimes
easier to make.
Dude, I don't know how you edited some of those fucking music videos. The Hollywood level cinematography was crazy, and you're doing this shit in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
fuck.
since I moved into this room that I'm in right now, and there's a little space I have. A lot of the stuff in the past, like I'd say year, have been done in this room with less walking room than I had in the room I was in prior. So it was a challenge because the walking space is very little, and I made it work somehow.
Hell yeah.
That is crazy.
All right. Well, I think it is time for us to start closing this bad boy out. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning into this episode of NoSkill Podcast. I know we derailed in this second half, but I still hope you had fun. Again, drop down, answer this man's question. If you could make your own form of physical media, what would you like to create? Tell us down below. But until then, ladies and germs, we will see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.